What is up, everybody out there? Artist of Strong Style here. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I've done a deck profile, but I've been busy lately. But good thing I am not today, so I'll be showing you a deck profile. Now, what just came out maybe about 2 weeks ago, but I picked up mine pretty much a day ago, is the new structure deck of Slifer the Sky Dragon and Obelisk the Tormentor. Two of the three Egyptian god cards. The only reason why they didn't do Ra is because already Ra was out and they had support already for Ra. So there's no need to do a structure deck for Ra because it has so many cards already that were out already before they did an actual structure deck. So the way I made this deck is only going to be based on Obelisk the Tormentor. Later on, yeah, I'll make one out of Ra, but this is just right now out of Obelisk because this is just my main option right now of how to make this. So this one, you're only going to need Obelisk the Tormentor. Now, it's not just Obelisk, because if you're only depending on one Egyptian god card, it doesn't mean you're always going to get this one Egyptian god card. So you're going to need more materials and more cards that can help you if you're not going to get Obelisk. Now, what I did put in the deck was, I always say, of course, you're going to run kaijus. Now, okay, yeah. Kaijus, yes, with Obelisk, and another tech card I'll show you in here. So, you may think it's hard with how the hell do you do Kaijus with Obelisk? Well, I'm going to show you how you do that. Now, I've seen other pretty much god cards or, god decks of what people have been doing, but it is 100% completely different than the way I'm going to show you how mine is. So, yeah, Obelisk. You're going to want to run 3 then. So, yeah. My Egyptian god card I'm using is only Obelisk. Not Slifer, not Ra. Just Obelisk. Here's the tech card. I'm using a Sacred Beast. Uri, the Lord of Searing Flames. Now, to play Uri, you must tribute 3 face-up trap cards. Now, okay, 3 face-up trap cards. That means particularly, the deck is going to be using the face-up trap cards, which, yes, I am. And how does it work with Obelisk? Because they're going to be special summon monsters, and you're going to have your way of sacrificing 3 monsters. So, Uri also is, of course, yeah, I'm only using 2. It works with Obelisk, it works with the Kaijus. So yes, Uri also, you're not always going to depend on getting it. Of course, yeah, you want to get these cards already in your hand or at least draw them. But if you don't, well then, of course, yeah, Uri Obelisk you're not always going to get. So, what else do you have? Kaijus, okay. So Kaijus, the Gamma Seal, 2. The Dragoon Flame Kaiju, I think that's the way you say it. The Star Destroyer. The Lightning Strike. So those are my 2 ofs, and then just the 1 ofs is just the Raiden. The Mystery Dust. And the Sticky String. So yeah, a lot of Kaijus you're putting in the deck. So yeah, most likely Kaiju God deck, I guess you could say that. A Sacred Beast, you could say, but I would just call it God because, yeah, it's most likely about Obelisk, but it's not that bad to put in a couple of tech cards in there. So why not run Uri? And yes, you are using the Kaijus. What's not a Kaiju that came in the structure deck that I'm using is Angel 01. Angel 01. You can special summon this card by revealing a level 7 or higher monster from your hand. You can special summon it. Also, what you can do is add as an extra tribute summon. But you could tribute your Angel 01 and 2 other cards to bring out any monster. So that's what it does. It does not say about divine. Just do an extra tribute. Just reveal one. The whole entire deck is particularly, yeah, all level 7 or higher. Now, what I mean by kaiju, of course, yeah, kaiju, you're going to need your interrupted kaiju slumber, which destroys all cards on all monsters on the field, including yours. You give your opponent a kaiju, you give yourself a kaiju. The kaiju must attack. Now, particularly, yeah, all the kaijus have different attacks, so that's why you want different attacking kaijus. Because if you're going to give your opponent one, give your opponent the lowest attack kaiju of what you have left. If you used a lot of kaijus and you have like a bit left, well then out of what you have left, or you just start off with a whole bunch of kaijus you have, give your opponent the lowest kaiju and have yourself the highest kaiju. So when you attack, those are the only two monsters out. You have your way of destroying that kaiju. Even if it was just your opponent's, now it's back to you, but it's just in the graveyard. But hopefully they don't have backfield that can destroy you. And then yes, when it's in the graveyard, you can move from play to search for any other kaiju from your deck added to your hand. Here are two of the new cards, and this came in the structure deck. Is Soul Crossing and Fist of Fate. I'll read what Soul Crossing is. It's a quick play of a spell card. During your main phase, immediately after this effect resolves, tribute one Divine Beast monster. When you do, you can tribute monsters your opponent controls, even though if you do not control them, but you tribute summon this way, apply this effect. Until the end of the next turn, this card resolves. You can only activate one card or effect per turn, not counting the cards of Divine Beast monsters. It can only be done once per turn. So this could be done on your opponent's turn. Most likely, instead of sacrificing your monsters, you're sacrificing your opponent's monsters. Now, of course, you can use 3. I'm only using 1 because you're only using 1 Egyptian God card. So this is a good option right here of doing it. If you have obelisk in your hand, you can and if you have like 1 monster and your opponent has 2 monsters, sacrifice all 3. And yes, just do that. Now, Fist of Fate. Okay. Also, quick play spell card. This card's activation and effect cannot be negated. So there's no way of negating this. If you control a monster whose the name is Obelisk the Tormentor, negate the effects of one effect for the rest of this turn. The effects of that monster are negated, as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of monsters with the same original name. Then, if you activate this card during your main phase, you can apply this effect. Destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. It can only be done once per turn. So you need Obelisk out if you're going to do this. And I'm only using 1. I'm not using more because, yeah, it's only on Obelisk. I'm only using 1. If I was using another Egyptian God card like Slife or whatever, I would put in a bit more of the Soul Crossing. And Fist of Fate can only be done for Obelisk. So that's why you only want to have 1 in there. You don't want to do 2 or 3 because you're just going to, it could be a dead card for you. That's why you only want to have 1 out. And it's a quick play. So even if they destroyed it, okay. But most likely you could be bluffing your opponent. Like, okay, you don't have Obelisk, but you're putting that face down. They're just going to think it's whatever. I don't know. Mirror Force, whatever. Okay, they just wasted their card and it was actually Fist of Fate. Now, okay. I am playing the face-up trap cards, which I'll show you. So, of course, yeah, when you're playing face-up trap cards, you're possibly going to want to play Magic Planters. Send 1 face-up continuous trap card you control to the graveyard. Draw 2 cards. So, a good drawing. You're only going to play Raigeki. I don't play Dark Hole because Dark Hole is going to destroy your monsters as well. So, most likely destroy your opponent's monsters. Harpy's Feather Duster. Wipe out your opponent's magic and traps. Not yours. And then Cosmic Cyclones. Pay 1,000. Destroy. Banish one of your opponent's magic trap cards of your choosing. Now, here's the reason why you're going to possibly want to run at least 3 or as many cards as you can to destroy magic and traps. Because I'll show you of why sometimes I would want to do that, put it in the deck, and well, I'll just explain why I would put those in the deck. Of course, yeah, good cards to, and it's a quick play, so yeah, good cards to run in, and this is why I put them in. I'll show you in a bit. Okay, so we're talking about face-up trap cards, but these are monsters as well, if you play them. So you're going to go with Abyss, Stun Ray. Continuous trap card, but you can play from your spell and trap card zone, special summon it to the field in defense position, or attack mode if you wish to put in defense position. Because special summon this card as an effect monster. Level 5, attack 19, 0 defense. Okay, fine. 0 defense, but I would still have in defense mode because this card is still a trap card. Alright. If this card is special summoned this way, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. You just have a good defense right there. It can't be destroyed in battle. But of course, yeah, everyone has their ways of, they're just going to destroy everything even if they did not attack. But cannot be destroyed in battle. So you got your Abyss Stun Ray. Zoma of the Spirit. Now, when you play this, it must be in defense mode. But when your opponent attacks this and is going to destroy it, your opponent's attack, the opponent, my mistake, let me say it this way. Your opponent's monster, your life point's going to hit of what they're attacking. So, okay, what I mean by that is, okay, you have in defense mode. You have, let's say, Blue Eyes White Dragon. Attack it, okay, they destroyed it, but you'll take the damage instead. That's Zoma of the Spirit. That's why it's a good little trap card to have in. So they're taking the life points of what their monster is if they attack Zoma of the Spirit. So sometimes you might say, okay, what if I did not want to attack that because you have a high monster of like, what, 4,000, and they attack Zoma of the Spirit? Your opponent's going to take 4,000 points of damage. So sometimes you don't really want to hit that. Or just, yeah, you have to. Well then, there you go. Zoma of the Spirit. These are monster cards. Statue of the English Pattern. Continuous trap card also. Special summon that's in defense mode. It's a 25 defenser. Okay, that's pretty good for a 25 defenser. Here's the thing. If it is special summon on the field, anytime you special summon anytime a continuous trap card will be special summoned from the field while this is on the field, destroy 1 card on the field. That's good. When you have some kind of cards that can destroy stuff, have them. And yes, you are going to need continuous trap cards for Urai. So these are pretty good, even though, you know, they're your monsters, which, yeah, they are. They're going to be put every single time you do it. So special summon, and then if you're going to special summon the other ones, destroy. The Tiki Curse and the Tiki Soul. I'll read what Tiki Soul is first. Special summon this card as an effect monster. Defense is 18. Attack is 1,000. But always I would have these in defense mode for your defense. While this card is an effect monster, if another trap card you control that is a monster would be destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or card effect, and sent to your graveyard, you can set it in the spell and trap card zone instead. Wow, just okay. Destroy and put it back face down. And Tiki Curse. Attack of 18, defense of 1,000. So yeah, put it to your monster zone since it'll become a monster. While this card is treated as an effect monster, if another trap card treated as a monster battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy the opponent's monster after damage calculation. Wow. These are just trap cards, but they have effects also. So that's why I say these are good. It's not a big deal because they have effects also. And then metal reflect slimes. You're going to need them because their defense is 3,000. So just yes, you're going to need your trap cards. 3,000. Damage calculation, destroy a monster. Put that trap card face down. Every single time a trap card is activated while this is on the field, destroy a card. They'll take damage if they attack this. Can't be destroyed by battle. Look at that. They all have good effects. And then, of course, yeah, to play Urai, you must tribute 3. And with Urai, okay, 0 attack, 0 defense, but it's like Slifer. Slifer depends on how many cards you have in your hand. Urai depends on how many continuous trap cards you have in your graveyard, times 1,000. Similarity to Slifer. Similarity to Slifer. Remember, like I just said, Slifer depends on how many cards you have in your hand, times 1,000. Urai depends of times 1,000 of how many continuous trap cards you have in the. So that's the way it is. And yes, so they special summon. So that's why you have your obelisk right here. If you're just gonna special summon these, okay, yeah, tribute 3, you can go Urai. Or just sacrifice the 3 since they became monsters, play your obelisk. If you can pull off obelisk or Urai. If not, you have your kaijus. So yeah, let's say just Angel 01. Reveal if you have obelisk. Okay? Special. But you had your trap cards as well. Let's just say 4. Okay. Your 4 right here. You had them face down. So most likely you would want to have a good face downs. Because then your opponent's going to go, what the hell? Why does he have so many? Just say the first match. You're going to special. Special 4 out. So you have 5 monsters already on the field. Let's just say the 4 then. All right. Reveal obelisk since you have it in your hand. Special summon. Act as another tribute. So most likely you can still have one of your trap cards. Most likely you might want to have your Zoma because if they're going to attack it, they'll take the damage. Or, whichever you wish to. So let's just say, okay, you count this as your tribute. So you go 1, and let's say 2, 3. Just these 3. 1, 2, 3. Obelisk. And you still have your other 2. So yeah, they have to deal with, if they attack, they'll take the damage. If they attack, you'll put it right back face down. And then they have to deal with the Egyptian God card. Of course, yeah, there are ways to destroy it, but most likely it's going to be hard. And then with your kaijus, if you have kaijus, give your opponent a kaiju. Now remember, the rules with kaijus, I'll put the camera right here. Always remember with kaijus, you can only have 1 out. So if you just had these out and you're like a couple of turns, they still have nothing they can do. They have a monster, give your opponent a kaiju. Now remember, 27, 28, so give them the dust. You play your other kaiju because you can special summon. Now you have 4 monsters out. So sometimes you have a way of, you can have an obelisk out and you can have a kaiju out. Because the rule of kaijus, you only have 1 out. If your opponent has a kaiju, you have no kaijus, you can special summon one of your own kaijus. Now, sometimes they are a double tribute, triple tribute, but sometimes it's not that bad if you have to tribute them to play your own to play as a monster. So don't always think you're gonna be able to do that effect. Sometimes you could just have to maybe tribute, which is fine as well. Because again, same rule. You can only have 1 kaiju out. You don't have a kaiju, but let's say you want to, have to do a tribute to play a kaiju. Well, at least, okay, that's fine. You can do that as well. So think of that. Using kaijus with obelisk. And then if you're using a lot of face-up magic, well, face-up traps, it's not that bad to put in uria. Now this is what I mean by using Harpy, Cyclone, and then more of Cyclone. The main weakness to tributing is Mass of District. All right, so let me put the deck over here. Let me show you right here. Let me put the camera down. Mass of District. This is the main weakness of tributing. Because, yeah, when you give your opponent a kaiju, that's tributing. But mostly, like, okay, with duels that I've had with my friends, they always like to play Mass of District on me. Because they know if I'll play kaijus, that's tributing. Mass of District, continuous trap card. Neither player can tribute cards. So that affects me. Like, I can't tribute. Damn it. I can't tribute to play uria because I'm sacrificing three face-up trap cards. I can't play obelisk. So that sucks for me. So that's why I want to put in at least the Cyclones and the Harpy's Feather Duster. Because it's continuous face down also. So if you had it face down, if I had it face down and I had my trap cards, then there you go. You want to get rid of those cards. Or, yeah, it cannot stop special summoning. And what does my statue do? And my Abyss. So if they already wanted to play Mass of District on me, because they're going to know, like, okay, he has a kaiju in his hand. He's going to tribute. So I play Mass of District? Okay, no. Special summon. Special summon. Anytime one is special summon, destroy a card on the field. I'll destroy Mass of District. So there are ways still I can play, even if it's not going to affect me as much. Or, of course, it cannot stop special summoning. Interpretive Slumber. Destroys all special summon a kaiju. So yes, there are possibly still ways I could bring out kaijus. That's another way. It's destroying it and then special summon. Mass of District is only no one can tribute, but it does not stop special summonings. So if I can't pull any of these out, that's why I have to use Cyclones or Harpy's Feather Duster. So that's the main thing I know for sure. If just the first duel I was in, the first match, like, okay, game one, we won or so, and they already saw, like, what the heck I was playing, they would already go in their side deck, get Mass of District, because he's going to have everything already. So they went first, okay, Mass of District on me. So it comes to my turn. So first turn, their turn. They're already going to set Mass of District and everything if they have it in their hand. Then it'd be like, if I don't have Cyclone or Harpy's Feather Duster, but I have my ways of already yeah, I have kaijus and they have a monster, I can't tribute because of Mass of District. But if I had any of those other cards, then yes, they're going to have to deal with those cards, and still that could possibly help me, even if I'm not tributing, because Mass of District does not stop special summoning. So that's the complete difference. I say it's 100% complete different than any other God decks that are out there. So this was my God deck, using only Obelisk, using Kaijus, and then why not put in uria? So I would say, okay, fine. You have 2 Egyptian God cards. Uria is not an Egyptian God card, but I'll count it because it's almost like Slifer. But yeah, that's my deck using Obelisk. So yeah, only using Obelisk, and if you can pull off using the Fate or the Soul Crossing, there you go. But that's only if you have Obelisk. If you do not have it, you have your Kaijus, you have your face down trap cards. So you special summon all of them, you can destroy cards. Well, then there you go. And then just remember, the main weakness is Mass of District. They're going to want to play that on you sometimes they're already going to have that as a side deck because they're already going to know pretty much side deck, Master District because they're going against attributing deck. So that was the deck. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. I will show you more deck profiles later. I'll show you deck profiles Slifer as soon as I get the structure decks because I did not get the structure deck yet, but I'll get it soon so I can show you a deck of Slifer. But this is obelisk right now. I will speak to y'all later. Peace.